Hey there, welcome to Planning to Prosper. In this tutorial, we are going to do a full walkthrough and tour of the Prosper You Planner Hub. Before we dive into it, I wanted to share a couple important notes. First of all, I highly recommend saving a copy, a blank copy of your hub somewhere on your device, because this hub can be reused every single year. So all you have to do is import a fresh copy of it and you are good to go. Also, the hub comes in both light mode and dark mode. Those are separate purchases, so you'll have to pick if you want light mode or dark mode. And then the hub comes with the landscape version and the portrait version that's included in your purchase. It also comes in 3 different formats. So it comes in January to December, July to June, and September to August. So just wanted to mention that you'll get all the different versions, landscape and portrait, included in your purchase. You just have to pick, do you want light mode or dark mode or both? So let's go ahead and get started. To open up our hub, all we have to do is either swipe over, or you can tap on this little title section here, and that is going to take you to your main landing page. And we are going to go through all of the links so you can see exactly where to find everything, what it's used for, all that good stuff. So first, here on this home page, you have Prosper You Planner Hub at the top with a spot where you can write in the year, so you could put in 2023 right here. You have a spot to put a photo of your family, yourself, maybe something, just anything that inspires you. You have a spot to write in your name, so this planner belongs to. A spot where you can put your word of the year, and then you get 4 different types of note paper. You get lined, graph, dot, and blank. So those will link over to those note papers. And then you get your buttons down here. This is a contacts button. I will click on these in just a moment. And then your password section and a help section. You get your dividers. So these dividers give you a designated space to insert other PDFs into your hub. So in the Planning to Prosper shop, we sell what we call add-ons, and they're essentially like little hyperlinked PDFs that you can have for moving. We have a moving boxes one, we have a house project one. There's a lot more coming to the shop as well, so just stay tuned for that. But that is where you're going to store those little hyperlinked PDFs. You simply insert them behind the divider, and then you've got it all set to go. And then you also have some built-in notebooks down here. You've got 12 of them all together. And then you've got your sidebar sections over here. So you have your login button, your log out button, links to your 10 dividers. So these numbers down here are the same dividers that you're going to find right here. And then your vision board, your checklist, your notebook. So that is a button that will take you to an overview page of all those notebooks. And then this download button right here is going to take you to the Prosper You Planner library. And that is where you're going to be able to find things like shortcut icons, widgets, cover labels, all sorts of fun things get put into that library, and it's constantly updating. And then you've got your home button here. That's going to take you to this landing page. You've got your calendar. That's going to take you to some yearly overview pages. And then you've got your months down here. That's going to take you to your month dividers where you insert your 1-month planners. And then you've got this power button here. If you tap on that, it's going to close the hub and take you back to your cover. So let's go ahead and tap on some of these links. Let's start with this little top section here. So this is what the contacts page is going to look like. There's tons of spots here to put in your most important contacts, and you can always duplicate this page if you need more space. And then again, if you tap on this little house, it's going to take you back to this landing page. And then you've got your passwords if you tap on this key, and same thing, you've got tons of spaces to put in all of your passwords, and you can duplicate this page if necessary. Then you have this help page here. This help page is going to show you how to navigate your planner hub, what buttons do what, and all of that. And then there's another page here that walks you through how to insert your monthly planners into your hub, as well as a little note from me and some buttons here where you can contact me. And then here's the note paper. So if I tap on the lined one here, it's going to take me to my lined paper. And you can also access, when you go to a section, you can access other quick links up here in the upper right. So if I tap on dot grid, it's going to take me to dot grid. Tap on graph, it's going to take me to graph. Tap on blank, it's going to take me to blank. And then also you can, of course, tap on these buttons here and it's going to do the same thing, take you to those different note papers. And then, as I mentioned, here are your dividers, and this is where you can insert, you know, like, for example, a reading will add on where you can track books you're reading, rate them, write some notes about them, things like that. So you could insert that behind this divider. You can do like a perpetual calendar. You could do, we have monthly only planners. So if you are an annual planner or you just want a different space where you can track a whole calendar year. So those are your dividers, and there is a spot too where you can label it. And then here are your notebooks. So if I go into notebook 1, there's a spot where I can label it, and then there are 8 sections within each notebook. So you can access your sections right here. And as I mentioned, you can also access all of your notebooks by tapping on this little notebook icon right here. And that's going to give you a whole overview where you can look at the main title for each notebook, as well as all the titles for the subcategories. The notebooks are a perfect place for inserts, widgets, things of that nature. You could do budgeting. I purposely did 12 notebooks in case you wanted to do one for each month, but you don't have to do that. You can use them for whatever you would like. But there is a ton of space, as you can see, between the 12 notebooks and the 8 subsections per notebook. Lots to work with here. And important note, you don't have to use every single page within your hub. I know I come from paper and pen planning, and so I feel like when I got my planner, I felt like I had to use every single page because it would literally just go to waste if I didn't. But that is not the case here. You don't have to use every single page. If you don't need it, don't use it. It's no biggie. That takes care of that main section here. And then let's take a look at this little sidebar area. So if I tap the login page, it's going to take me to this page where I can brain dump, I can put the focus of the day, I can put things I'm grateful for, what would make today amazing, and then a login routine. So that's more like a morning routine, if you will, like getting ready for the day type of deal. So there's the login, and you can duplicate this page or you can just wipe it clean each day. That's what I personally do. I don't save it or anything. I just kind of wipe it clean each day and then we're good to go. But there is a spot where you can put the date in and you could duplicate it if you want to save your pages. The log out page, you have a spot where you can rate the day, another spot where you can brain dump, and then you have a couple prompts here. So what went well today, what could have made today better, and then a spot for your log out routine. And again, you don't have to use these pages. If you don't feel a need for it, then no biggie, don't use them. And then if I tap on the one here, you can see it's going to take me back to that little divider. So section 1 divider, section 2, section 3. So those again are these dividers right here, these 10 dividers. That's why those numbers are there, so that you can access them from every single page. You don't have to come back to the home page to access it, because these sidebars are in every single page of the hub. And then you get to your vision board. So here's your vision board where you can do whatever you want with. You can make an annual vision board. You could change it every month if you want to. If there's a specific goal that you want to create a vision board for, have at it. You've got this nice big blank space to work with. Then you have the master task tracker. So there's a lot included in here. There's a spot for your annual tasks, your monthly tasks, your weekly tasks, and your daily tasks. So for those out there that like to check things off, this page is your jam. This is where you can house just everything. Changing the air filters, changing the smoke alarm batteries, like all those little things, changing your toothbrush, getting a new toothbrush head, like all those things that you have to do and you have to remember. You can just plop it all on this page and have it ready to go at one single glance. All those tasks just out of your noggin, you know, it's a good thing. All right, so that's that page. And then there's a couple other pages up here. So in the upper right hand corner, you can see there's task progress and make a list. I love this task progress page. So it's a column where you can write all your to-dos. So you dump it all out, and then you can just move it over to in progress and complete. So it kind of gives you a workflow, if you will. So you just put all your tasks, and then as they're in progress, move them over. When they're complete, move them over. And it just gives you, again, that space to kind of keep track of all of that. And then there is the make a list page, and this is exactly what it says, make a list. And there's a spot for 10 different lists. So this could be packing lists for members of your family. It could be gift ideas. There's so much you can do with this page. And again, you can duplicate any of these pages as well. So yeah, there you go. So there's the master task tracker, all of that. I showed you the notebooks already. This little button down here is going to take you to the P2P library where you can download widgets and things like that. So it's an external link that takes you to Dropbox where you can access all of that. And then if I go to this little calendar over here, you're gonna see this year at a glance page. And these little gray boxes are for mini month calendars, which are available in the P2P library. So every year I'm gonna put a whole year's worth of mini calendars that are dated in there so that you can just throw them in here. And that's why I say you can reuse the hub over and over again, because this is not tied to any sort of specific year whatsoever. It's made to be just a one-time purchase, and you reuse it over and over again. And there's a little spot for notes over here. And then you get your quarterly overview. And for your quarterly overview, you've got your 4 different quarters split up by year, and this will look different based on the format you choose. So if you do July to June, for example, July to June, and all of that will be, it'll just change based on what you put there. But there's a nice big blank space where you can put like goals for the month, things like that, or projects you're working on. You can put goals right here, you can put notes right here. So very flexible space for you to do some quarterly planning. And then there's a future planning as well, where you have these big boxes where you can just put in what you have going on, big events, if you've got like weddings you're going to, or baby showers, or if you want to track birthdays here, all that kind of stuff. So it's every single month gets a box, and you got some lines, so you can just kind of write that in and do some future planning. So that's what you will find in that little calendar icon there. And then, as I mentioned, here are your monthly dividers where you're going to insert your 1 month planners behind. I am going to have a video on this playlist as well showing you how to do that. It's a very quick, easy process. But this is where you're going to put that in. And the whole purpose of the month dividers and the 1 month planners is so that you can switch up your layout or your format throughout the year. You can switch between light mode and dark mode. You can switch between landscape and portrait. So just because you have a landscape hub doesn't mean you have to use a landscape 1 month planner. You can use a portrait 1 month planner. You can mix it up. And all of our add-ons are like that. So if you want to journal portrait, you could get like a portrait journal. If you want to budget landscape, you can do your budget and landscape. It's so flexible. You can switch it up if you get bored throughout the year like I do. You can switch it up whenever you want. So that's the whole reason why this system came about, was for that flexibility and that just total customization to meet your needs where you're at. Because when you buy a planner and it's for the whole year, it may not work for you that whole year, because life does not stay the same for the whole year. You know, your needs change, your time changes. Maybe you have less time to plan, so you need something more functional, less decorative. Maybe 1 month you're feeling super creative, or you've got lots going on with like vacations and stuff and you want to do some memory planning. There's all sorts of different reasons to change up your planner layout, and it's totally fine to do so, and this system allows you to do that. So, and then when you tap this power button, as I showed before, it's going to take you to your cover. So that is a full breakdown navigation of how the hub works. Of course, like I mentioned, this comes in dark mode as well. It also does come in portrait, and there's going to be minor differences with the portrait. So I wanted to share those with you. So this is your cover for portrait. And it works the same way, where you can swipe over, or you can tap on this little cover label here. And there are cover labels, by the way, in the library as well. So if you want to check those out, definitely do that. It's a free little goodie for you. And then as you can see, the pages are just formatted a little bit differently, but they still include everything. So for the portrait, you access your 10 dividers down here on these links. So when I tap on 7, it's gonna take me to section 7. Tap on 10, it's gonna take me to section 10. And then all of your links are over here on the sidebar on the right. So you've got your home button, where you're gonna have all those home sections as I showed you before. So you've got the same thing: contacts, password, help, word of the year, note paper, dividers, notebooks, a spot for your picture, everything. And then you're going to have your, let's just go ahead and pop through them. Here's your contacts. So let me slide that down so you can see. Here is your passwords. So you can see it's totally the same, it's just kind of formatted a little bit different. You've got your help center still as well. And then your dividers, this is what they will look like, as you saw before. Here's your note paper, so your lined, your dot grid, your graph, your blank, and then the notebooks here, and it'll always circle which section you are in for the notebook. So when I tap on 4, it'll circle it. When I tap on 6, it'll circle it. And then you have your little calendar here, so your year at a glance page, your quarterly overview and future planning, log in, log out, your month dividers. So when I tap on those, it'll take me to those. And then your vision board. And you can see all these buttons down here. Your master task tracker. It's always kind of tricky getting the portrait into frame for YouTube. Master task tracker, so it's got all the same features with your daily tasks here on the bottom, and then your task progress and your make a list page. And then here is the overview. Did I show the vision board already? Yeah, I think I did, vision board. And then here are the notebooks. So this is the whole index for the notebooks. All of these are hyperlinks. So when I tap on the first page of notebook 3, it's going to take me to the first page of notebook 3 and 6 and 8, all of that. So this just gives you a really nice big overview of everything. And then the home page is where you can put in just like the main title down there. So that is your overview of the Prosper You Planner Hub. Definitely check out other videos on this playlist. I have a whole navigation video for the 1-month planners. I have, again, how to insert your 1-month planner into your hub. There's a hub setup video with a guided worksheet that you can do to help you set up your hub. And yeah, so definitely check those out. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to catch all my future videos, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye!